relieve stress. Exist in a. Mean. A means to an end. Crisis. Concerning. Remind A of B. Shallow. Indispensable. Overlook. Inhabitant. Mote hayasu. Bless. Insult. Do a favor. Expansion. No better than to do. Foundation. Aspect. Remarkable. Wait on a. Identical. Fashion. Firmly. Solve. Kokono a. Case. Humor. Contempt. Interpretation. Weight. Put on weight. Erection. Assumption. Comfort.
Incorporate A into B.
As a result. Particular. Essence. Meditation. Advance. Long for. Comprehend. Document. To the best of my knowledge. Unique. Itazu ranari. Reassure. Appeal. Prominent. In practice. On board. Harm. Seize. Foster. Considerable. Religion. In fashion. Firm. No doubt. Brilliant. Folk. For the good of. Pay attention to a. Apparently. Fitness. Bear no relation to a. Mythical. Insurance. Tempt. Refugee. Spellbound. Case. Tragic. Be likely to do. Cooperation. Hold one's tongue. Reflect on a. Stuck. Interact. Collect. Digestion. Board. Grocery. Research. In essence. Depression. Live on. Diffuse. Apply for a. Firm. Application. Be supposed to do. Be harmless for a. Against all odds. Free. Point. Revelation. Enable. Scatter. Mission. Yukusachi. Risk. Property. Wabu. Hydrogen. Representation. Organize. Identity. Confirmation. On the ground that.
Manifestation.
Overlook. Description. Ceremony. Scarce. Reasonable. Give rise to a. Response. Weave. Refer to a. Figure. Ignorant. Scholastic. Proposal. Biological. The odds are that. Conclusion. Hunger. Ground. Observation. Concern. Vain. Figure. Establish. Lean on a. Go ranzeraru. Respectively. Propose that estu. Forbid. surgery. Itazu ran yinaru, perspective.
Suggestion.
Seize. Melt. Be keen on a. With regard to a. State. Shallow. People concerned. Deny 0102. Unbearable. Establish. Expand. Yorokobi maoshi.
Legitimate.
Generalize. Case. Solid. Respond to a. Meditation. Residential. Appeal. Bilingual. Turn a deaf ear to. Regardless of. Against all odds. Inditei. Reflect a. Mutsukashi. In my view. Hypothesis. As good as. Essentially. Chemical. Prove that. Transfer. Belong. Ignore. Supervise. Cut down on. Artery. Out of context.
Receive.
It is estimated that. Physical. Subscribe to a.
Fit.
Tongue. Outlook. Aspire for a. Matter. Remarkable. Without fail. Assume. Improvement. Enthusiastic.
Scare.
Kokoroto. Adonari. Distort. A's critic. Upset. Folklore. Intellectual. A prime number. Depressed. Vital. Be jealous of a. Allowance. Tolerant. Entry. Admirable. Deserve doing. Ignore. Be about to do. Allergic. String. Fit with a.
Be yet to do.
Fall behind. Magamagashi. Bend. Extraordinary. Emphasis. Fail in a. Warinashi. Shrine. Brute. Do more harm than good. Precise. Extraordinary. Commuter. Pronunciation.
There.
Cancer. Convenience. Treat. It is unlikely that. Describe. Indispensable. Exist. Contemplate. Shift from A to B. Disgust. Accountable. Acknowledge. Emit. Charm. Possession. Bias. Eco. In context. Te. Itazu ranari, wit. Ingredient. Allergy. For the good of. Generous. Ground. Cause. Infection. Spread.
Marvel.
Pessimistic. Optimism.
Marriage.
Ethnic. Trivial.
Apologize.
Thrust. Operate. Appeal. Attendance. Free. Refer to a.
Subordinate.
Confirm. Be anxious to do. Construct. Raise a question. Household. Subject. Familiar. Attendant. Stage fright. shrink, charm, at liberty, reasonable,
detect,
operation, tsuto, wait and see, cure, illiterate, botany, consider A to be B, amaze,
probe,
be amazed that, express one's opinion about A, hierarchy, pity,
react to A,
willing, those concerned, serves you right, dismiss, account. It is likely that,
vivid,
identify with A, experiment, the leading character, view, reflect, place stress on A, proceed, adadashi, be concerned about A, comment, get at, spread,
consist,
accept, treatment, on good terms with, have yet to do the grocery shopping, be consistent with A, economic,
prefer,
bright, geographic, be concerned with A,
vivid,
assumption, complexity,
sacrifice, refer,
scary, succeed A, cut down on, expand, wait, impatient, division, theoretical, communication, betray,
apology,
primarily, earnest, view, standpoint, opinion, string,
patience,
conscious, cure, erect,
prove,
fashion, willing, apply A to B, compel, element, sparrow 102, firm, objection, adjust, thread,
identify,
belonging, stir, appear, comment, expert, in general, spontaneity, imaimashi,
adjust A to B,
scholastic, A is familiar with B, adapt,
defy,
doubt, logic,
designate,
be astonished that, concern, vocabulary, quote, at the mercy of, by means of A, reside, sen, essential, expect A to do, illustration, compound, beast, profound, be eager for A, attend to A, denial, remained, accommodation, essential, recession,
comprise,
tribe, with a view to doing, rumor, trivial, method, Yorokobi Maoshi, view, nourishment, have an eye for,
solve,
as far as A is concerned, fit with A,
bore,
anatomy, geological, Geological. Signify. Restrict A to B. Profound. Official. Applicant. Proposal. Shirushi. By all means. Prone. Cut a figure. Incomprehensible. Oboe.
Idle.
Statement. Humiliate. Submit. Propose. Magamagashi. In terms of. Cannot possibly do. Kashichi. Assure. Take A into consideration. Exposure. Aim. Sue. Keen. Stick. Survey. Extravagant. Ambiguity. Expose. Volunteer. Odd. Restriction.
Apprehensive.
Attachment. Vocabulary. Constitution. That's it.
Dismay.
Captive. Document. Distinctive. Specific. Obesity. Brute. Routine. Community. The main character. Company. Compensation. Give A credit for B. Transparent. Surgical. Ground. Incline. Fail. Duly. Chemical. Cough. Text. Refuse to do. Leakage. At odds with. Never fail to do. Nurture. Fundamental. Dignify. Recession. Respectful. On the verge of. Be of significance. Stroke. Establishment. Establishment. Penetrate. Identify. Chemistry. Acknowledge. Greed. Gain weight. Official. Eat. Distress. Expert. Slightly. Make a fine figure. Definite. Rise. Asamashi. Absorb. Illustration. Shift. Diffusion. Without regard to A. Bother. Internal. Invest. Thrust. Residence. Unconscious. Refer to A. Ordinary. Transplant. Cruelty. Imply. Letter. Keep an eye on. Regard. A accompanies B. Economic. Fall back on. Logical. On account of A. Come to terms with. Speculate. Imply. Ironically. Expansion. Typically. Accurate. Explicit. Make mention of A. Failure. Likely. Analogy. Intelligent. Doctrine. Proverb.
Imperative.
Failure to do. Admit. Expect. Self-confidence. Odd. Concern. Attentive. Attendant. Adonari. Be infected with A. Have an allergy to A. Wabishi. Revelation. Household. Organization. Appear. Utokunyin. Orifushi. Nourish.
Issue.
Captivity. Affirm. Rumor. Cling. Diagnose. Consider AB. Benefit. Surface. Statement. Spontaneous. Fail to do.
Regard.
Obviously. Come to terms with. Nurture. Tiny. Accompany. Adjust to A. On the grounds that. Assumption. Complement. Constitution. Distribute. Asamashiku naru.
Tangible.
Commit oneself to A. Compose. Astrology. Be bored with A. Review.
Disposition.
Characteristic. Prohibit. Keep in touch with. Germ. Award. Literal. Go with. Disappear. Be satisfied with A. Burst into tears. Mean. Nutritious. Regretful. Triviality. Volunteer. Demonstrate. Destructive. Survey. Intimate. Implication.
Means.
Focus. Operate.
Idle.
Speculate. Greeting. Inclination. Admiration. Sparrow 102. Grammatical. Liberal. Disappointment. Trend. Proof. Dwell on. Pretend. Do a harm. One's mother tongue. Stay in touch with. Workout. Immune. Utterly. Mention. Refuse. Strictly. Confide. Remark. Implication. Translate. Once and for all. Spontaneously. Submit oneself to A. Regret having doing. Philosophy. Identify A with B. Remedy. Force A to do. Beyond one's means. Lean. Nurture. Know better than to do. Organ. Residence. In earnest. Result from A. Attend A. Dizzy. Substitute. Detach A from B.
Apply.
Melt. Appreciate. Finance. Explosion. Regret. From a viewpoint. Wait. Case. Unconscious. A city dweller. Ambiguity. Rise. Envious. Be expert in A. Kokorozashi. Do harm to A. In the wake of. Disgust. Case. Be scared of A. Recognition. Treatment. Aboard. Witchcraft. Know better. Curiosity. Viewpoint. Exhibit. Benefit from A. Pass on.
Issue.
Sasuganyi. To the point. Diffuse. Lion A.
Means.
Expectation.
Refer.
Wait for A. Contemplate. Suggest that S do. Suggest doing.
Keep up with.
Pharmacy. Pass for. Harmless. View. Significant.
Manipulate.
Affirm. Hema. In reference to A, surgeon. Be amazed at A. Swear. Divine. Consequently. Grateful. Vitality. Typical. Lay emphasis on A. Restrain. Force. Entrance. Tongue. Brilliant. Starve. Composition. Reflect. Shitatamu. Evidently. Act. Life expectancy. Obscure. Apply to A. Attention. Analogy. Process. Odds. Yearn for A. Compound. Consequence. Saint. Kokoroto. Fee. Take refuge. Harmful. Thrust. At odds with. Manuscript. Complicated. Cling to A. As a consequence. Surgery. Adagoto. Account. A slip of the tongue. Suspicion. Prejudice. Slight. Oral. Swallow. Characteristic. Philosophy.
Tangible.
Propose to A that S should do. Allow O102. Accept. Response. Have an ear for. Complement. Basis. Organize. Matter. Indefinite. Be unique to A. Compulsory. A is accompanied by B. Define. Factor. Raise. Abstract. Compose. Stuck. Saru. Inclination. Comment. Be frightened by A. Atomic. Impose. Knowledge. Astonishing. Stick to A. In this regard. Distress. Reason. Extension. Pass out. Result in A. Subscription. Be amazed to do. Consist. Case. Reside. Dialogue. Mention. Look on. Humiliate. Free of charge. Bear responsibility. Mutsukaru. Proposition. Make a point of. Routine. Strain. Core. Foster. Fascination. Lose weight. Permit. Consciousness. Be harmful to A. Precision. Subject. Put stress on A. Ingredient. Lead to A. Text. Reason. Award 01202. Be identical with A. Weight. Firm. Social. profound, prominent, assume, mutsukashi, verbal, represent, sasu, utoku, case, compose oneself, character, fumi, fail, liberal. Sen, astonish,
Coordination.
boring, dialect, yuyushi, reflect, by all means, appearance, denial,
Censorship.
ordinary, consistency, allow a to do, retrospect, patient, odds, cut a fine figure, comprehend, do, representation, underlie, pray, suggest that, outlook, considering, grasp, anatta, recollect, hold one's tongue, literally, convenience, in, base, get the better of, literacy, negligence, theory, defect,
Synthesize.
proof, treat, ordinary, clone, suezue, reject, term, irony, logic, hand down, consult, have an insight into a, adonari, verbal, forgive, extension, be committed to a, substance, odd, as familiar to be, academic, figure, attach a to be, attachment, vitality, digest, interact with a, souvenir, with the naked eye, on a regular basis, aspire, negligible, analyze, restrict, belong, treat, prejudice. It is typical of a to do, view,
Symmetrical.
feast, pick up, attract, be harmful for a, impatient, harm, reference, issue, recall, implicit,
Proliferate.
describe, remark, translate a into b,
Anticipate.
revive, himinashi, doku, intent, figure, react, make a point of, praise, on the grounds that, at stake, long for, hospitality, kashikaru, yuyushi, diagnose A as B, verse, prove A, be intent on A,
Ingenious.
doubtful, omission, anxious, witty, goeth, remain to do, profitable, accompany, favorite, free of a, term, Yochihito.
Beverage.
Obligation. Save money. Firm. Long for. Come to terms with. Internal. Suggest doing. Do the grocery shopping. Eco. Admiration. Respectful. Wit. Illustration. Finance. Betray. Folklore. Witty. Oboe.
Ingenious.
Anatomy. Permit. Reflect. Look on. Dignify. Interpretation. Logical. Lean.
Symmetrical.
Result from a property. In this regard.
Disposition.
Affirm. Humiliate. Sasuganyi. Immune. Expert. Representation. It is typical of A to do. Concern.
Censorship.
In essence. Retrospect. Obviously. Come to terms with. Hospitality. Case. lean. Case. Result from A. Expert. Obviously. Come to terms with. Interpretation.